Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of July 17th. If we haven't met, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my occult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards life you want. If you have something specific you'd like for me to look at, or if you just want to support what I do, you'll find information on my Patreon below. I'll be doing 5-card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Tarot of the Divine with Blue Aventurine, the classic Rider-Waite-Smith with Carnelian, and the Tarot de Marseille with Red Jasper. We also have 4 different Oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which Oracle card resonate with you the most. It's totally fine if you're drawn to more than one. And of course you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, you'll find timestamps right below. And with that, let's go right to the readings. Alright, Group 1, let's see what we have for you for this week. Whoa, that card flew out. This is the bottom of the deck anyway, but the 3 of Coins. Very interesting. Not sure how to interpret the fact that it flew out like that. But, first of all, your entire reading is upright with the Hermit in the middle. Overall, really good vibes. Give me a second here. I guess the reason the 3 of Coins flew out like that is because the Nepali gods that are depicted here were sick and tired of me referring to them as monsters. But is that straight for you? Yes, it is. All right, I'll see you right now. So Group 1, as I alluded to before pausing, this is looking like a really good reading overall. The fact that all the cards are upright is, a clear statement to that. Now, whether we interpret the Hermit and the Sun card as 2 different people or as, different aspects of the same person is basically the only thing that might change the flavor of this reading. So the vibe that I'm getting here is either moving past your limitations or uniting with someone and becoming stronger than the sum of your parts. Again, this depends on how we interpret the Sun card and Hermit looking at each other right now. That's really the only vibe, but honestly, it's... And it's funny too, because something that we say about the 10s in general is that it's kind of the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. It's a theme that comes up over and over again in tarot in general. But this, the 10 of Wands in this deck in particular, is really on the nose with that message of from the ashes, from the decay, new things growing forth. And it might seem burdensome. It definitely feels heavy. However, compared to the, standoffishness implied by the 4 of Coins here, the swift action that comes from it can feel lighter, and it might feel like you're crossing a threshold, and again, this threshold might be within you or in the form of another person to collaborate with, but all in all, it's looking like a really good week, especially hinted at with the festive nature of the 3 of Coins at the bottom of the deck binding the whole reading. I honestly don't have much more to add, so I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you so much for trusting me with your reading. You can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. All right, Group 2, Team Carnelian. By the way, this Carnelian pyramid got here yesterday. It's the biggest one I have. I'm obviously happy with it. I was not expecting it to be that big, but I'm definitely glad I have it. So let's see what your actual tarot reading is. This is the second time that I've had some kind of hiccup with the bottom card, but at least yours didn't flip over. Regardless, we're opening with my favorite card in the deck. And overall good vibes. Well, the 8 of Wands at the bottom of your deck is also very interesting. I'll put it that way. Let's see, is this good? Yeah. So Group 2, this is looking like a really good week for you. The only warning, and I'm going to I'm going to put a lot of emphasis on this warning, making your reading appear more negative than it actually is. But the main warning for you is to not, no, let me rephrase that. Give your desires the time that they need to manifest, basically. Because we have the patience and focus of the Queen of Coins here. We have the relentless pursuit of your deepest desires implied by the Knight of Cups here. And of course, one of the key words for temperance in general is patience and balance and everything like that. Now, the Eight of Wands at the bottom of your deck here is what is playing into this reading to give me the feeling that you want things to happen fast. And the reason that I'm wording it that way is if the Six of Wands was upright, or even maybe even the Four of Wands, then this would be indicators of swiftness, of like rapidly achieving the win. I think that this week is looking like a good week to do some key work towards that. But as long as you remain patient on what matters and that you give your dreams the time that they need, then even though it might come later, that the victory is still in the air, so to speak. So do I have anything to add? I think I just gave you your whole reading. Let me stare at this for a little longer here. Be lighthearted. I'm reminded of a phrase that is said all the time in the material that I consume. In life, you have to care, but not that much. And it's important to care. Definitely continue to care. Also, the Queen of Coins is definitely a nod to that. But the thing that could push this victory, this celebration, even further out is impatience. So make sure that that is at the top of your priorities, to just be patient, but still be genuine and focused, basically. I think I've looped enough for this reading. So thank you very much for trusting me with your reading. You can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. All right, group 3, let's see what we have for you for this week. What made me say that is that the other two readings, something happened with the bottom card as I was picking up the deck like I did for you just now. And the bottom card is the Four of Swords. This should be virtually perfect, if not perfect for you. Like that, how is that? Yeah, great. I'm pretty sure I get what the reading is, but I still feel the need to pull a clarification card, of which we have the Six of Cups. Great. So listen, this is looking like a good week for you, Group 3. It's looking like a week where I can sense an aha moment in the cards. And I'm surprised that there's no ace. I would expect to see an Ace of Swords with the vibe that I'm getting from this reading here. And I'm not sure why, but the Sun card here, one of the elements that's associated with the Sun card is clarity, because it lights up the day, it lets us see, it gives us life, but it is what lets us see. You know, it's the main source of light for our entire solar system, you know. Without it, we would have a bad time. And it's looking like a bunch of things coming together to get that moment of clarity, to really illuminate the choice that you have to make. And I would really trust your instincts in this. I don't really care that much about the intricacies of who or what energy the Queen of Swords versus the Emperor represent, but what they do represent is absolute mastery, obviously with the Emperor here. And the Queen of Swords is no slouch either, you know. She has a lot of agency in her suit, and something, if I remember correctly, the King of Swords faces the other way, which is probably why it was necessary to put the Queen there, so that the Emperor and the Queen are lined up in the direction of this decision here, so that you could move forward towards the thing that you want to do. And I sense a lot of emotional fulfillment coming from that. Because when you're wondering when you're wondering what the solution is, or when you're wondering which way to go, and you get that sudden moment of great clarity, there's a lot of it becomes much lighter to just enjoy moving towards it, resting in the confidence that you know what you're doing, that you know where you want to go, and it can feel, pretty cool. Yeah, honestly, this whole reading feels like a giant ace of swords. So I'm glad that it was broken up into its bits to make it helpful for you, hopefully. Do I have anything more to add? I don't really have anything to add, so I'm going to end the reading there. Thank you very much for trusting me with your reading. If you don't want to watch me pick up your reading, you can use the timestamps below to jump ahead a couple seconds. I'll see you at the Oracle card reading. Two suns. If anyone's still watching, I put the things, the decks, bottom up so that I can see the bottom of the deck. All right, so let's see what we have. This should be virtually perfect. I'm fiddling a little over small details, but I'm gonna go with this. All right, Group A, do we have new moon in Cancer? Oh, a new moon in general, a new start is coming. So given the readings that I just gave, I get why we had the new moon in general, because the new start might be a new way of looking at things, a new way of relating with yourself and with others, a new way of relating with the things that you're trying to manifest. But given the readings that I gave, I think that for all three of you in your own way, that the new start is coming is just that extra message of hope that was needed to really spike your reading. Group B, your card is Progressions, Journey. Oh, I don't think I refocused for Group A, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, life is a journey. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. Focus on the journey, not necessarily the destination. And remember that progress towards what you want to do needs to flow through concrete day-to-day action. And sometimes it might feel repetitive, but if you keep your eye on the big why, and while also keeping your eye on the tactical day-to-day decisions that you make to get to your big why, that would be important for you to keep in mind for this week. Group C, your archetype is the child, magical. Very interesting. The light attribute, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Awesome. The shadow attribute, pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and actions are not required for growth. The funny thing is, I can see a little of both being relative to some readings, depending on the reading that you chose, depending on the attitude that you had while I was telling you the things that you needed to hear. Some of you are being reminded that you're being invited to channel your pessimism and turn it into optimism, and to really believe that the things that you want to happen can happen, but also keep in mind that you can't just sit back in the lotus position and aum your way to your dreams. That is never the thing. And that movie, The Secret, and this is a critique that has been done to death. I am by absolutely no means the first one to say this, but the key thing that they leave out, yeah, it's great to have a vision board, but you need to actually take the steps and actually take action. But you need that vision board. You need that vision to drive you also. So it's a really, if you're feeling pessimistic or lackluster in the face of taking actions towards your dreams, try to channel that into the belief that anything is possible. Yeah. Group D, your card is flexible. Well, this is interesting. I don't want to just give you the be flexible meme, so I'm going to stare at this card and see what we have. It's funny, the card itself didn't give me much, so I'm going to vamp a bit on the theme of flexibility and how it applies to your reading. don't get locked into one way of doing things. The main risk for you is to bang your head against the wall. And honestly, given the 3 readings that I gave, I think that I'm exaggerating. It sounded more harsh saying it out loud than I was thinking it. But just remember, if you find an obstacle, try to be flexible in your approach onto how to circumvent that obstacle or to remove that obstacle in your way. If it's too heavy to lift, find a way around. If you can't find a way around, try to dig under. But to really not be too committed to a particular way of doing things is the thing that you're being invited to do. So on that note, I'm going to end the video there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like. And I hope y'all have a fantastic week. It's honestly looking like you will, all 3 of you. Well, all 12 of you, 3 times 4. But regardless of anything, thanks again for watching. I will see you soon.